Hello and welcome to a new episode of my Becky Bubble podcast. Today I'm in a van because I decided I'm not quite ready for the city yet and I want to travel again. And right now I'm in France and I love it. It's so beautiful. Except for the fact that I don't speak French and everybody else does. And nobody speaks English, of course. But yeah, let's see where life takes me so far. It's been really good. I had a good night of sleep. And yeah, today I want to talk about like a topic which I feel like is so huge and so complicated because so many things are connected to that kind of feeling or that kind of like thing. And this I got this whole idea about to to record this episode when I was in Frankfurt and I had to get ready for like an event, like not an event, but like we were going out as friends. And then I was like, oh, I don't want to shower because then I have to shave and then I have to get, then I have to do my nails and I have to do this and that. And then I have to put on makeup and then I have to pick out an outfit. But right now, I don't really feel comfortable in any kind of outfit because yeah, I don't feel good within myself, like in my body right now. And then it kind of hit me this thought like, I don't want to be pretty anymore. But let me explain before this turns into a whole rage bait thing. It's not about the pretty privilege, it's not even about the looks, it's about what the look or the feeling of looking good is connected to. And I feel like that's such a huge topic in this society, in this performative society, in this how in we grew up as women, especially it's definitely for me a feminist topic. And I don't want to look pretty anymore because I don't want it to be about my looks anymore. I don't want to feel good because I look good. I want to feel good because I feel good, and it's not connected to how I look, how I feel. It's not connected how my body looks, if I'm skinny, if I'm curvy. I don't want my feeling to be connected to if my hair looks good or not, if my nails are done or not, if I'm shaved or not, if I put makeup on or not, if I have a pimple in my face or not. I don't want to go out and be like, if I might run into my ex-boyfriends, I have to look the best. No. And I always had this weird belief that I'm different. Oh my god. That I'm that my self-worth is coming from me working on being funny and outgoing and confident and blah blah blah. But I just realized actually I'm just like everyone else who was raised with this you have to look good. And with this whole male gaze thing, then also in a job, you have to look good but not too good so you're gonna be taken seriously and stuff. So, but yeah, back to this moment. And then I was like, I don't want I don't want to do anything. I just want to feel good about myself. And the last 2 or 3 months, I also have been struggling a lot with eating because that's also a thing. I had this in my brain, it works that way. If I look good, I feel good. And so how I explain it, or what my theory is we kind of grew up with this whole belief that we have to be perfect at some point, or I grew up with that. I don't know if you feel the same way, but like I have to be perfect, I have to be good, like I have to be good enough. And I feel like it's really connected to that feeling to be good enough, to be enough. And everyone is like making careers, looking pretty, getting things done. Everybody's getting their nails done, getting mini Botox. Or like if you're not in the beauty thing, you're in this like whole performative like sport, like the whole Strava thing and running like 1 kilometers in like 1 kilometer in like 5 minutes, and everything is like so performative. And I feel like everybody is trying so hard to be good enough, to feel good about themselves, and to finally, to get to this point where they have like some fulfillment and finally be like, okay, it's actually enough the way I am. And what I realize about myself, I'm the same, but like with this whole thing to look good. And I feel like that's a female thing. Maybe it's also a male thing. Like everybody who, oh my god, um, gets it, gets it. It doesn't matter. And I realized that the way I look is, I kind of like always thought, okay, that's a quick fix. When I feel like shit or I don't feel good enough because everybody else is doing so much better, I can work on the way I look. And I feel like there's so many, and it's also the things we were taught, especially as girls, like to look pretty, to be nice, to be, have this like elegant vibe and not take up too much space. And but still at the same time now we have to be smart and like a bit of also a bit sassy, but in a nice way. And I don't, I don't want to get into this feminism thing too much. It's more about the feeling of feeling good enough. It's definitely for me about mental health, but I kind of have to include it because this feeling is also a part of and what kind of society we grew up. And it's not just feminism, it's this whole performative thing. I feel like especially males also have this with like making a career and like being very successful, and then you're finally good enough. But also the same way, like if you choose this career path, I feel like I can see so many people where it never gets to the point where they like I get to the point where they think, okay, I actually achieved something. And it's the same way with looks. And I can't really talk like I can talk about the career thing, but because I had both. I had the looks and the career thing, but I kind of let go of the whole career thing because I'm like, I don't want to work in an office. Or I'm trying to let go, but one thing I can't really let go of is about the whole like looks thing and being pretty. And yeah, and I feel like if I talk about this, it's gonna be more authentic and people will actually get what I'm talking about. So yeah, and I feel like back to the feeling of feeling good enough, it always was like, okay, if I get my nails done, if I shave my legs, I will right away feel better about myself. And that's something I internalized since I was little. Like, okay, I'm just gonna do my nails or shave my legs, put on makeup, which was a bit later. And like, as soon as I feel pretty, it's gonna be like a quick fix. And that's something I really internalized. Like, okay, that's gonna make me feel better. But at the same time, I didn't realize it's also going to make me feel so much worse because there's always going to be someone who is prettier, who looks more perfect, who's going to be better and better. And again, there's also always going to be someone who's more successful. And yeah, I kind of started connecting my self worth to my look, or the way I look, and how pretty I am and how pretty I feel. And then this whole like, okay, it's not just my face, it's also my body. This whole like losing weight journey started, working out journey started. Like, I didn't go to like gymnastics to have fun anymore. I started going there to like trying and be sporty, and then I started looking up calories and everything just to like, improve my body as well and to look good. And then, I got actually sometimes I got to this point. I mean, I feel like slowly you're getting the hang of it, what I'm talking about. How I always try to improve. And then at some point, I was super skinny and like my hair was the way I wanted to be. I got like natural nails. And guess what? I still wasn't good enough. When I was skinny, like I think it was a year ago, 2 years ago, like super, super duper skinny. I was like, okay, my face kind of looks like really male now because it's like super, you don't say edgy, but like the structure is like really hard and cold. And then my calves were bigger than my thighs. And still, it's not about that. It's just an example, and that's what represents how internalized this feeling is of not being good enough. And then I always thought, okay, the quick fix is to look better, to improve the way I look, to feel pretty. And then I realized I don't want to be pretty anymore because I don't want to look pretty anymore because that will never heal the broken part of me. That will never be enough to actually feel good about myself. Being pretty will never be enough for myself and for the whole world. And that's basically what I wanted to say. And I don't know if you get it, but it hurts so much that, like, I've tried my whole life so hard to lose weight, to look good, to look good, but without trying too hard to look good. And it has become such a huge thing in my life without even realizing it, that it kind of hurts so much that this thing I've been working on my whole life is actually not going to fix it. This feeling of not feeling good enough, this feeling of not being good enough. Because being pretty and fulfilling these expectations you get from other people on the outside, like also these simple compliments to look pretty, that you look pretty or that you have such a nice mouth, whatever, will never make you feel completely like worth it. And I know it's a simple truth. I know. And sometimes, like, obviously, Rebecca, but I don't know. It was mind blowing for me because I feel like I just did it every day and I didn't even question it. And then I saw this TikTok where she was like, well, yeah, this feeling pretty doesn't exist because it doesn't come from within yourself. It comes from the outside. Like these all standards society build, where you decide, okay, that's how I look pretty. When you get your nails done, when you have like nice hair or nice face or a nice body, like you're the feeling pretty is something that's not coming from within yourself, it's coming from the outside. And that's why I feel like you'll never find true fulfillment in feeling pretty. And that kind of hit me, and it was horrible. And I feel like it's the same. It's the same with making a career and like trying to be very successful and everything. Because that's like, that always ends up being something where you're trying to prove something. And where you're trying to be better and where you're trying to improve yourself. And I was like, whoa. Well, that hurt, and I'm still definitely struggling with it. I'm like, it took away so much fun in my life. I don't know if I'll ever be able to take a walk again and be like, okay, I'm just doing it because it's good for me, not because I have to move my body because that improves this and that improves that, and then I will feel better about myself, and then I have to stop eating gluten because then I get bloated. Then get fucking bloated, man. It doesn't matter. Like, just, you don't want to get bloated because it doesn't look good, not just because it doesn't feel good. And all these things, it's so, like, I don't know if you get it, but it's so internalized, and every thought I have sometimes is just about like this. And just having the thought of like, I don't want to look pretty anymore kind of activated this whole process of letting this idea go and getting closer to just being. Like, because I was like, then I started thinking, who am I without this? Without this, like, performative character I have within me. And then I realized, well, I'm actually pretty soft and warm. And actually super chill. And that hurts because I feel like I never nurtured this part of me because I was so focused on being good enough that I never realized what I already had. And yeah, I don't like I don't know how to solve this problem, but I feel like the first time for me, this episode is not about like giving great advice or like, it's just me sharing and just me being and not me trying too hard and just being okay with the fact that I am the way I am and I don't have to fix anything, and you don't have to fix anything, and you don't have to achieve anything. You don't have to look a certain way to be good enough. You can just wake up in the morning and read a book or sit on a bench, and you're perfect the way you are. And yeah, I'm trying to focus more on enjoying life and less on focus less on the things that could make me happy very quickly, very quick. Like buying new. Okay, clothes is probably the wrong example for me because I'm always going to be obsessed with that. But like doing my nails, shaving my legs, putting on makeup, bleaching my like not bleaching, coloring my eyebrows, whatever. Whatever I used to do to look better. I'm trying so hard to let go of that. And yeah, that's actually just one thing I wanted to share, and maybe you have to remind yourself again as well. You're so unique and beautiful the way you are, and you everyone is beautiful. And you don't have to change anything or like improve anything to be something and to be worth something. Just remind yourself that just you being is a beautiful thing and is enough. And I feel like, especially right now in the 20s, we feel like we have to achieve something to be worth something and to look a certain way or whatever. And this is just a reminder that, yeah, if you start trusting yourself and believing that you'll actually do something that's good for you and right for you, then you will find your path and you will actually truly feel beautiful and not pretty and not like good enough. You'll just feel good and beautiful. And I feel like that's the hardest journey ever. I don't know if anyone ever will get there because I feel like we were all raised the way like that we have to perform. But yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. And I feel like it's getting better already. And that's really nice. So, yeah. Anyways, beautiful people. I hope you have a great week. I hope I see you next Wednesday again. And yeah, love you. See you next week.